Alright, so I saw the Mario Galaxy movie. I saw it that first Thursday during opening week. I enjoyed it. It was fun. That said, I don't think it's a good movie. I don't think it's a bad movie either. Like, there are way worse video game movies, some of which came out in the past few years. But compared to the first one, it's a big step down. The first Mario movie was decent. It was packed with Easter eggs, but it at least had a story and character for their own personal arcs. This one was just Easter eggs with very little story and characters. If it did have story and characters, I couldn't tell because it felt like I was watching a speed run of a Mario Galaxy movie. So the movie begins with Rosalina's introduction. You know that scene in the first trailer where she fights Mega Leg and does a bit of aura farming? That's basically all she does in the movie. Afterwards, she and Luma gets captured by Bowser Jr. And all that happens in like the first several minutes before the title screen. Then we get to Yoshi's intro, which went just as I figured it would. Mario goes inside the little cavern, they find Yoshi. The first half of the movie is kind of fine for the most part, but the issues start rearing their ugly head once the plot kicks off. So the Luma escapes to the Mushroom Kingdom. He tells everyone that Rosalina needs help and Peach goes out to find her. And I thought that the movie was going to do the whole The Empire Strikes Back thing where the story splits up the main characters and give each other their own plot line, and the story just jumps back and forth between the two. So they have the A plot, which is just Peach and Toad going out to find Rosalina, and the B plot with Mario and Luigi. Their plot starts off with them helping around the kingdom in Peach's absence until Bowser Jr. attacks them, and they end up stranding on the Honey Hive planet. And then for what reason, some reason, they just join back up like halfway through the movie. Like, why even bother splitting them up? They're gonna join up about 20 minutes later. So, like I said before, no one really has much of an arc. I wouldn't say Peach kinda has an arc. It's not fleshed out well, but it does pick up on her origin that was brought up in the last movie. You know, where she just came to the Mushroom Kingdom as a child, and the Toads raised her as their princess. So we actually learned the whole context behind that. We learned that she's looking for Rosalina because Rosalina is actually her older sister, and she separated from Peach to protect her from evil forces that wanted their space sister powers. But the worst defender of character is Bowser. For the first half of the movie, he says he's a changed Koopa, but Mario doesn't buy that. And at first we're led to believe that his redemption arc is bogus, because Ms. Bowser, why would he redeem himself? And through the first part of the movie, he goads Mario into damaging him so his mini mushroom power-up can wear off, and then he can turn back to normal size. And I guess Mario just does it. Like, he just gives into his anger and just hits Bowser hard enough that his power-up wears off. Like, why? But then it actually looks like he really had change when he gives himself up to Queen Bee so that Mario and Luigi can get to the Gateway Galaxy. But then Bowser Jr. comes in, picks him up, and all of a sudden that redemption arc just dropped altogether and he's evil again. Now, you could argue that maybe he wanted to just reconnect with his son and he just let Junior manipulate him to being evil again, and maybe that might be the case, but it's not made clear at all. Speaking of which, this movie has a serious lack of Jack Black energy. Like, they told him to turn it down a notch. Like, he doesn't even have a musical number in the first one. So this movie, it has a lot of unnecessary filler detour that feel like they were inserted in the movie for the sake of making the trailers look cool, but they make little sense in the movie proper. Like, what was the point of most of these scenes? Like, the whole fight with Peach versus Warp, Birdo, and Mouser? It's cool and all, but it feels like filler. Same goes for the whole Queen Bee subplot. She's really just there just to separate Bowser from Mario and Luigi. And the whole scene where they end up crashing on the dinosaur planet is supposed to be the low point of the film, the low point moment. The R-Wing's busted, Peach is frustrated for some reason, Mario and Luigi are turned into babies, but it just feels more like a minor inconvenience. Yoshi turns them back to normal, Luigi radios an SOS and the Comet Observatory picks them up. And then it's on towards the climax. It gets to the point that the movie has very little time to breathe. Like in the big reveal, you would think that the movie would just pause for a moment to let it all sink in. But nope, it's climax time. And when Peach reunites with Rosalina, they share a hug, and that's it. Not a single dialogue between the two, like, oh, I've missed you so much. Like, even the movie's ending, the movie's ending feels rushed. Like, once all is said and done, they remember that the castle's still wrecked, so they fix it up, and that's it, movie's over. So yeah, it's not that great of a film, but I have got to talk about this movie's biggest sin. And as a massive Star Fox fan, I mean this personally. The marketing did something that I don't think they should have done. They revealed that Fox McCloud was in the movie a whole week prior to release. Imagine if they kept that a secret up until the movie came out. I would have been one of the 3 grown men in the theater getting hyped about seeing Fox McCloud on a big screen. But because they showed it early, I was sitting in the theater, unable to feel any excitement, thinking to myself, man, I wish they never revealed this. I feel like they tried to make Fox the movie's Donkey Kong, but Donkey Kong was at least adjacent to the Mario franchise, so it felt like he belonged in that movie. But Star Fox isn't an adjacent series, so he feels like another Easter egg character who's just there to make sure the movie keeps going. It doesn't help that people think Fox has more screen time than Rosalina, you know, the main princess in the Mario Galaxy games. I actually checked, he doesn't, but Rosalina has like 10 minutes of screen time. Fox has about 7, but it feels like he has more screen time considering how much he's in the movie. Considering they gave him a whole poster and he's like, helps move the plot forward. Okay, let's stop being negative. Let me say some stuff that I liked. Well, the movie looks amazing. But I get the budget must have been around the same as the first movie, and not a little bit more, which looked great on its own, but this one looks like a big improvement. There weren't that many funny moments, but one moment I did find funny was Rob at the Gateway Galaxy being painfully slow, even though it's kind of a it's funny if you get it kind of joke. The music's great. Like to think that the Mario games music peaked at Galaxy, so it's good to hear it all incorporated in the movie. Also, I admit, hearing Star Fox music on the big screen brought a big smile on my face. It also helped that they cut down on the licensed music. I think the only one licensed song that I thought was in the movie was like during the whole Yoshi montage. And what else? Oh yeah, the Bowser Jr. security system scene was pretty cool. The whole the Mario Maker scene. I'm sure somebody already made that scene in I'm sure somebody already made that in Mario Maker 2. Fox was cool, and his anime intro was like the coolest thing ever. And I learned that the person who made it also worked on Jujutsu Kaisen. It kind of makes me wish. It almost kind of makes me wish for a Star Fox anime series in that style. Yeah, my voice cracked. Even though I wish they never revealed Star Fox early, but because they did, there's been like a huge surge of interest in Star Fox lately. Most has gotten in ages. We got new fans discovering the series, old fans replaying the games. I even popped in Starling Battle for Atlas. You know, that Ubisoft Toys to Life game from 2018 that nobody would have bothered with if it didn't have Star Fox content in it. But if we get a new Star Fox game eventually, if at all, I think because of this movie, it'll have more eyes on it. But it might be a Star Fox 99, but I'll take what I can get. Well, that's all I gotta say. Mike signing out.